That's fine.
Well, the very first thing that I want to say in unison is completely on target to exactly what you're doing, and then I'll get to the rest of it. Um, However, you do need a little history because you don't have a clue who I am. Um, After 2 years in the Peace Corps in Liberia, West Africa, it took me 50 years to actually realize my global reach and what I would be capable of doing with that reach. So I started out, I won't go into a lot of history because there's so much, so important in what you're doing. I can't wait to tell you. Um, in all of this interaction, I created what's called the Global Impact Network. And the Global Impact Network is a movement, literally like your movement, and its whole purpose is to bring resources to the underserved populations of the world to keep them or make them sustainable and increase love, prosperity, and peace. So literally, we are very much on the same, just in the network. And I'll give you the chart. There's a chart that explains this, but it's easier to just tell you. From that network, that what led to that network was that I was told by channel or whatever you want to call it, that I was to start with literacy to reach all of those parts of the world. So what came on board was a gamified literacy app that takes the child through 8 learning modalities to 3rd grade level in 90 days. Very impressive. Instead of doing a lot locally, as I was told to do, instructed, God said, do that. I did do a little bit, but then I decided to take it globally. So that was the first step on that global impact network. And at that point, I decided to bring it in all the countries of the world to be able to bring literacy to the forefront, which is literally both the problem and the solution. So I'm still doing that, and we're working mostly with the concept of cell phones and projectors. So the whole classroom can get it. It only takes 15 minutes a day to get to 3rd grade level in 90 days. So anyhow, that's the foundation. However, there are 4 pillars in that chart. The first is literacy, of course, then wellness, then environment, and then employment. So with those 4 pillars, I have collected all resources in those areas, and every Tuesday I get speakers on one of the pillars. And then through a group that I'm also with, the Young Entrepreneurs Alliance, that group is teaching, coaching, mostly Africa at this point, how all of the life world skills, the life skills for these young people from 13 on up to be able to get life skills. Okay. So, in conjunction with my literacy app, with this education cycle, then we're able to get them to get jobs. And I have several for vocational at the end of that, and then microcredit. And you can see how we're progressing through the world to do that. Well, your part, this is the very exciting part. I knew you wonder when are we going to get there. But the exciting part is that I just ran into a group and I think it's called Pause for Peace. And the point is, and it's 100 million, 100 million, 100 million resounds in my say. But anyhow, what they're doing is that for all 24 time zones, they're actually 25, one of them, nobody's in it, all 24 time zones for 24 hours a day, they are having youth sing and music from their culture one song at this point. It will be recorded and will be played throughout this 24-hour period. Then it will be categorized, and probably after, I would think, there are going to be interactions between these different groups to learn of their cultures and to be able to share. You can only imagine what's going to happen. I mean, it is so beautiful. It is so perfect for what you're talking about because it takes it to the next level. It takes it to the next level. There's no other way to say that. So I'm very interested in that part. And I'm collecting people. That's the best way to say it. I'm really collecting people in the environmental climate area, one of which is, I have to introduce you to all of them. Kelly Wilson has a group called, and it's a whole network of environmental climate people. She has a group called Beautiful, Budeful, and all of the people that are in there, she's in England, and all of the people that are there have various businesses that are all geared around the environment and climate change and all of that kind of good stuff. So that's the first one because she's so close to you. The second one is a gal that I'm mentoring, and she is taking textiles and upcycling them to usable products and selling them, and does it in a major way. So it's a recycle concept, and she's in Canada. The third one is Shannon Dobbs, and Shannon Dobbs has taken the waste that we see in various ways, whether it's food mostly, but other kinds of waste, and found a way to repurpose it, believe it or not, dehydrate or whatever. So he's doing that. And the fourth one is Bill Wyatt, and he is doing the biochar. You know what biochar, probably you're quite familiar with biochar, where they take products and make it into charcoal. So you see, this whole thing is coming to the surface, and when we can involve the youth with it, that's the whole story. You know, that's the epitome of making it happen in our lifetime or beyond, and beyond, not more, and beyond. So you can see that this is at what I mean, at every level, absolutely every level. So I am just so excited about all the things that you're doing. The first person, of course, that you're going to have to meet is Mike Ruber, Ruber, and I'll give you all these people, but he's the one doing the music in the 24 time zones. So what do you think about all that?
And when's that? When's that happening?
That's
music?
October.
Oh, October. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so
No,
it still has time.
That's exciting. I'll tell you a quick story just to add to that, which I think you'd be interested in. So so I'm a pianist. I'm not really a singer. I sang a little bit when I was very small, but I wanted to just compose a song really on the piano. I wanted to have a song on the piano. Obviously, it's got lyrics and stuff. And when I had it recorded in Ireland, I got the Irish artist to sing it. And then right at the end of the day, he said, "Do you want to have a go yourself?" And then I almost said, "No." I said, "Okay, I'll have it a go. It's my song, you know." So I gave it my best shot. And anyway, so eventually I ended up using only my song and not the artist. I thought, well, I'm not the perfect singer, but that's the whole point. The point is to showcase to kids that it's just step up and take part and do something and grow. Right? Doesn't matter. We're not looking for perfection. So that was the first song. And then the second one, the first translation was our ambassador in Greece, Marianthi. She sang the song in Greek, and she sings like a bird. She has this beautiful, beautiful voice. And then when the video guy was putting the video together, of the Greek song and the Greek subtitles on our visuals of the wonders of this place. He forgot the English version on the video. And when he played it back, it was me singing and it was Marianthi Sikutu, she's a teacher in Athens, singing at the same time. So a duet. And then when I heard it, I thought, wow, that actually sounds really, really nice. So it's actually on our YouTube channel. You can listen to Marianthi and myself. But the reason I'm telling you the story is the idea that then popped in my head was, okay, we're going to have this song in all the languages, in all the different countries, ultimately, and we're going to have kids participating. Wouldn't it be amazing if they sang the same song in their own language across borders? So then they can use, like, you know, the little girl in Canada can meet a friend in Kenya and they can listen to each other if they sang the songs in their countries, and they can become friends and share ideas and talk about climate and everything else.
Yeah,
So yeah,
absolutely.
that's just
Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree. And that's totally possible because that's what he's doing. Yeah, absolutely.
yeah. No, it's
And
look at it. It'll be amazing to be involved in some way or whatever else we can contribute or whatever we could do. I mean, we can. I'd love to get involved. You know, that's what we want to do. We want to get the youth involved. That's what we're
yeah,
about.
yeah,
It's all about getting the youth
exactly.
involved. Yeah.
Absolutely. Between the two of us, we can easily probably cover maybe as many as 5 time zones. I think because I'm in about 20 countries in Africa. So, yeah, I'm sure that we can. It's just a matter of logistics. And I mean, it's not going to be an easy effort. I mean, the logistics itself, as he was
Yeah,
explaining it to me yesterday, I'm going, yeah, okay, right. How you going to do that? Okay, well,
yeah,
right. Yeah. How you going to do that one? You know? And so, he figures it out and he tells me what he needs and I plug it in. I mean, you
yeah.
got to give it to somebody else at some point.
So has he decided on a song yet?
Well, that was part of the concept to do too. Yes, he does have a song.
Okay.
And they're not so sure whether everyone has to sing the song or they have their own. So I don't know that that's decided yet. He's presently here visiting in Arizona, and you'll love this whole thing. He's visiting and I don't know if you've heard of it. It's called the Musical Instrument Museum, the MIM, here in
Mm.
Arizona, and it is it's even hard to describe. It's musical instruments and cultural involvement in every country with a headset. When you go buy the video, it plays it, and then all the instruments are here and you can read about the culture. I mean, it's a total immersion by
Mm.
continent,
Nice.
and then a place where you can play instruments and all kinds of things. So by the time he gets through with tomorrow, his brain will just be on overload, I am sure, because it has taken essentially the same idea and put it into a location. It's extremely well done. And then there are a lot of, like, for instance, how you make a Stradivarius. You know, it goes through the stages of it, or yeah, and it shows the picture. It's just amazing. So anyhow, this he keeps feeding this whole idea of being able to do this. It's beautiful to watch. Beautiful to watch. So I know he's going to be busy tomorrow. However, I will give you each of you the contact information. So yeah, amazing. Just amazing. So with the countries that you're in, um, I've got to figure out maybe. I also need you to meet Carol Witt, and she's the one that's doing. There's so many people on this continuum of youth education. Carol Witt is the one that has the Young Entrepreneurs Alliance and is teaching them through this course. Um, I gotta get my brain on how to do this. Why don't you ask him what he wants to do? Okay, why don't you ask him what he wants to do? What would you like to see
Jackie,
happen with all this?
yeah, sorry, the last minute or so, I just
Yeah.
dropped you there. My signal's not that strong here. I didn't
Well,
hear the last piece there.
yeah, I'm
What
trying to
was
figure
your
out
last?
what to do with all of this. I need to have you meet Carol Witt
Oh,
because
okay.
she has the Young Entrepreneurs Alliance, and this will fit into lots of parts of it, and that can bring you into more
Yes, yes.
countries. And when I get
Yeah.
you involved in my next environment talk, which is, oh, we already had that, April 8th.
Okay.
April 8th at 1600 is my next environment talk. And yours is environment and education and a lot of things, but I'll put you in environment. I think, although it wouldn't be so bad for literacy, I could also do that, or I could do it. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. I think I could do, yeah, either that, or I could do it on March 25th. That would be literacy, and that's kind of what you're doing. Well, I think I'd rather see you in environment because I think that's really more your cause. So I'd say April 8th at
Okay.
1600. Would that work for you?
Yep. That's fine.
Okay, let's do that. And so I get speakers, they have about 10 minutes, and typically we'll have about 4 countries, predominantly Kenya, Uganda, South Africa. Those are the main ones. Every once in a while, we'll have a few others in there. And we actually have a fellow from Poland, I think it is. So he's kind of a stray in the whole thing. But we're building up all the different countries. So let me put you down for that at least. What else can you imagine that we can do together?
So the one thought I had was, I mean, our vision is most definitely to have our song and our course done and sort of consistently experienced right around the world in all the languages. That's always been that's our vision. We're busy rolling that out. That's quite slow. It's not a fast process. So if any of this could help accelerate that, get that going quicker,
Yeah,
faster,
yeah,
newer
yeah,
countries, that's
yeah,
fantastic. Okay.
yeah. Mhm.
Um, you know, so I'm not sure exactly how, but I think, it's
Yeah,
I guess, I mean, I could just say, I see. So actually, I was walking. I had to be at a meeting about 3 kilometers down the road, about a mile and a half, and then it's beautiful here. So I walked here, and I was just thinking about our NGO today quite a bit because I'm struggling with our project, one project in Lesotho, where that mini fund, that project's been paid into a university, and I'm struggling to get the money out to pay the studio out because the university is a very big place. And it's like I'm spending hours on it and weeks, like, and I'm walking, thinking to myself, yes, can I not spend my time on something like more valuable? And then I keep reminding myself, but if if I don't do it, the kids aren't going to do that project in their school, So who else is going to do it? So, but the point I want to make is we do need advocates to who are passionate about an idea to push things forward. So I think the more people hear about also just the wonders of this place and get excited about it, as they, like all the ambassadors do when they sign up. I don't force anybody to belong to this. They listen to me and say, oh, I really like that. Yeah, I want to spend time doing that. It's sort of, so the more people there are, the better, because then we can get space in schools and after school club hours, the art club or the community club. We're not, we're not like, so earthday.org, who supported us at our launch, they're very much trying to get climate education into the curricula of schools, rightly so, I believe. That's easier said than done. That's not because you've got to take something else out. So there are only so many hours in a day. There are only so many teachers. There are only what, we're not really, I'm not after that. That for me is not a specific goal. For me, the goal is more the exposure to this in the right place, in the right time, in the right way. There are hours spent, there are clubs, there are, so teachers would often think, well, this is something extra. I need to be paid for it, or why should I do it? Or so I think the more people that movement grows to say, you know what, this is just these things are light, but they're very important and they give growth and development to kids. And let's just find a little spot to make it happen. And let's make it happen. It's not that difficult. It isn't difficult, really. The better. So, yeah,
Yeah.
I sometimes feel I'm a bit of a lone voice in that kind of a sense, but I'm not. I'm not. No, I'm not. I mean, a lot of NGOs in the climate space are trying to find space in. But it starts with the teachers. It starts at the top. I mean, I often meet principals. So one of our ambassadors is the principal in Abu Dhabi, a brilliant woman, Abhilasha Singh. And, we're going to do the project in that school as well. She's so busy with so many things, you know, in that, she's the principal. Like the school is just so busy. So to try and just find a spot for this, um, what gives me fuel for my fire is to see, so I can send you some videos and pictures after this of like behind the scenes things when the kids are recording, when
Yeah.
when there are
Yeah.
three girls standing next to a microphone. They've never had a microphone in front of them in their
Yeah.
lives before. Okay. Now they're singing and then they're hearing themselves recorded. And I think what a lot of people don't realize, when you've got to sing a song, you've got to learn the words. And when you learn the words, eventually it sits, and if it's relevant words, that's going to be with you forever. That little tomorrow is the future. What does tomorrow bring? To me and every other
Yeah.
soul, when no longer we can sing. That's going to be there. You can't take it away,
Yeah.
you know? So,
Yeah.
send
Beautiful.
you a couple of pics.
I'm just getting the chart for you to be able to give you this. Let's see, what am I talking about? It's down here, Global Impact Network graphics. No, I don't want that. I want the global. Okay, so it's right down here. I'm going to put this in the chart, in the chat, so that you can at least have it. I don't know whether a link would be better. Maybe a link would be better. Let's see. I want you to see both of these. So let me just put it here as a file. Oops, I don't want format. I don't want OG. I want file. There we go. My computer. Eliminating change. Marketing Solution Group. Global Impact Network. And go get the file. And here it is, January. That sounds good. I think that's right. Okay, I put that in the chat and it goes in there. Did it go in there? You little rascal? Yeah, there you go. Okay, go. Oh, you're gonna play games with me, huh? Little brat, I've never seen it do this before. Okay, go. Okay, so here, let me at least show you so that I can give it to you later. This is the concept, and this is what I'll give you in a link. And you can see all the pieces that are involved in this, in the environment, the agricultural area. Probably in each one of these 4 pillars, I'll have mastermind groups so they can work better together, more impactful. And the Global Impact Network, which is the GIN, is what we call it, the GIN. My challenge for the year is to have projects all over the world where they work together as a team to create positive impact and sustainability. Those are the two criteria. So that's, this fits in so perfectly. The task for us is to be able to figure out the pieces and to really make it work. So the first thing that comes to mind quickly is the fact that I'm doing my best to get in all the schools. So are you. Why not go in together? You know what I mean? So it's enough to focus on having them get the app. And I'm almost afraid to tell them about the other because they'll forget about me, you
Yeah.
know? Yours is the fun one, so maybe it's a progression. I mean, mine's fun too, but the point is, you know, to be able to somehow coordinate this and know, okay, now they have this, then now they'll learn about this. Don't tell them about all of it because we need to focus on one thing at a time. And then you know how it is in governments and with school districts especially, they don't go on a continuum like the rest of the world. They do it on their own time according to the requirements. So yeah, I totally understand. I was a teacher myself, although it wasn't I was a physical education teacher, so it was kind of a different story. But yeah, let me start. Well, I'll be seeing Carol in about 20 minutes. What I'll do, I'm going to once again, I mean, I could feed you all of these people in one email. It gets a little overpowering, but it makes it easier for me. I don't know if you're still there. You look like you're frozen. Are you frozen? Am I frozen? I think we're frozen. We are frozen. Okay. Are you back yet? Are you back yet? Are you there? Or have I lost you totally? I've lost you totally.